Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you doing today?
Okay. I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
Doing well, thank you. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Thanks for booking an appointment with me and interest in Cortera Pulse. So,
Yes.
what brings you to Cortera? How'd you find out about us?
Okay. We're currently looking for a receivable software that we're using. Our company is using SAP Business One.
Hmm.
And we're currently looking for a solution that's more suitable for credit and collection.
Hmm.
And we are in a deep discussion, a multiple meeting with iRadius.
Hmm.
So today on our meeting, they talked to us about maybe having Cortera as a credit reporting solution.
Hmm.
We're looking currently at DNB and Credit Safe,
Hmm.
but I'm not too enthusiastic about their pricing and their solution.
Yeah,
So when I heard about Cortera, which is something that I never heard about, I went on your website, find that it looked good, and want to have a meeting with you so we can have probably a quote.
absolutely. Well, you certainly come to the right place. And High Radius, we are partnered with, so we are very compatible with them as far as an ERP system. So that's kudos to High Radius for referring you to Cortera. And yeah, I hear the same thing a lot from companies in your industry and in your position looking for credit and collection software solutions that DNB and Experian are very overly priced for the inaccurate data and kind of outdated systems that they use. Whereas Cortera kind of comes into the picture and fills in the missing data gaps that these companies have and brings a lot of innovation, user-friendly interfaces, easy to read and easy to use credit reporting. Um, and we are extremely competitive on our pricing.
Okay.
We are basically little to no cost for our services. And the reason why we are so competitive on our pricing is that we want to attract as many companies as possible into our credit community, into our credit network, especially those small to mid-sized privately held companies that DNB and Experian just tend to drive away. We have exclusivity on those type of companies. So we have such phenomenal amount of coverage within all industries in North America. We are by far the largest credit network in North America. And I'm sure you saw this on our website. The size of our network is currently standing at over 36 million unique business locations in North America. So that's the US and Canada combined, consisting of over $1.7 trillion in annual B2B transactions. So
Okay.
because of this large scale and coverage of our database, Cortera has been able to do some very unique things in the marketplace, and basically provide tremendous value to new members of our network. So that being said, why don't we just dive right into it? Since you guys are currently not using any data providers, so you obviously are looking for a new system to implement. So before we dive into it, though, did you have any specific questions about Cortera as a company?
Not for now. I want to know. You said 36 million business location across Canada, US. I guess that you have also credit reporting across the world, or are you specific only in USA and Canada?
Right now, we just have coverage in US and Canada. I don't know if you also heard we've been recently acquired by Moody's Analytics, Are you familiar with Moody's Analytics?
No.
Okay, Moody's Analytics is 5 times the size of Dun and Bradstreet. Uh, they are an international commercial data company, by far the largest in the world. They own the International Credit Bureau, Bureau van Dijk. I'm sure you've heard of Bureau van Dijk.
Yep.
Yep, they own Bureau van Dijk, and they now own Cortera. So whereas we had a strategic partnership with them, now they are owner of our corporation. So I'm sure down the road there'll be some access to international data, not as of yet through Cortera, but because
Okay.
Moody's Analytics owns us, we now have tremendous potential and resources at our disposal. So that's a good plus for you if you eventually are looking into expanding internationally or want international data. That can certainly be arranged with our now being owned by Moody's Analytics, who owns Bureau van Dijk. So that being said, I'll just dive right into the solution.
Yes.
I'll show you the key features and benefits of what you get as a member. And if you see value, then we can discuss next steps for you to take advantage of the offer. Sound good?
Sound good.
Okay, great. And you're over there in Quebec, Canada, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, we have a lot of partners in Quebec and Canada as a whole. How's the weather over there?
Not quite yet the summer. We still have a couple of weeks to suffer, but it's not that bad. Like it's not in Celsius, it's like 16 today. So I don't know what's it's doing in Fahrenheit, but so it's not quite yet there.
All right. Well, I'm sure it's just around the corner and things are starting to warm up, and uh,
Yes, exactly.
hopefully things with the pandemic start to open up again and things go back to normal. I know it's been difficult for your country and for ours, but we're starting to open up and people are getting vaccinated. I just got my second dose of the Pfizer vaccination, so I'm looking forward to going back to normal at least sometime soon.
Yes, you are more of a advanced in that than us in Canada.
Wow.
So, but
All right.
way more.
Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to dive right into the solution. I'm going to keep it as brief and to the point as possible. But is it Sylvain? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
That's where you pronounce it.
All right, Sylvain, if you have any particular questions or want me to explain in more detail, please stop me at any point and I will go as deep in as detail as possible if you want. But I'm just going to keep it brief and to the point. And then, like I said, at the end, we can discuss next steps. Okay?
Yes, sure.
Great. So, Sylvain, when you and your team there at Hypertech Group joins the Cortera network, you're going to join thousands of other companies that are in our network that will receive access to this online credit and risk mitigation platform called Cortera Pulse, which looks like this. Now, what this dashboard does is when you join our network, and as a requirement of joining our network, you have to share your AR file with us, your customer aging file. And what we do with that file is we populate it into our database and we provide you with a customized view of your customers as a whole. And we will monitor each and every single one of your customers, which by the way, I know you put about 1,000 to 5,000 customers. How many total customers would you say you have?
Currently, we say we have a little bit over 1,000 active customer.
Okay, a little
We
over.
have 9 entity.
Mhm. Okay.
So across those 9 entity, we have about a bit over 1,000 customer active.
Okay, a little over 1,000. Okay, so whether it's a little over 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or even 100,000, it is unlimited. We will monitor an unlimited number of customers across these 6 key factors for risk. The first factor for risk is overall credit risk. This is predictive in its analysis. We show you which of your customers are in a high risk of default in payment and delinquency in payment within the next 6 to 12 months. Overall payments, this looks at how your customers are paying their vendors and suppliers on an overall basis. Peer payments. Now, this is a very unique alert exclusive to you as a Cortera member. We show you how your customers are paying other companies like yours. So I'm sure you know that certain industries get paid faster than others. So having that unique perspective on how you're going to get paid relative to others in your industry gives you some more unique perspective into your customers' behavior.
Okay.
Bankruptcies and court filings. Cortera has direct links to Pacer. So we get all bankruptcies, tax liens, civil suits, judgments in real time. And then news.
You have that for Canada also?
Yes, for Canada as well, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And then news alerts. This is another unique alert exclusive to Cortera members. Our software engineers have designed our system to utilize what's called native language integration software, where we comb the internet on over 12,000 different news media outlets, and we pick up on certain keywords that have to do with the financial health of your commercial customers. So if there's any change in risk, whether it be risk of financial default in payment, or the companies are slowing down and declining in growth, or even opportunities for revenue growth, companies, mergers, acquisitions, hitting revenue targets, revenue goals. It's also opportunities for you to drive some of that revenue and growth into your accounts receivables as well. So all of your alerts are summarized on this dashboard here, which can be customized and prioritized to meet your specific criteria. And they are as recent as today and as old as the last 30 days. And this is also exportable to a CSV file. And as an extra plus, we will give you an unlimited number of employees at your company that will have access to this platform. So it's unlimited customers monitored and unlimited users across your company to have access to this platform. And all of this as an extra bonus to sweeten the pot is at zero cost. So there is no fee for this service in exchange for that monthly AR file contribution.
Okay.
Everything you're seeing here, zero cost to you. And to help streamline and automate the process, we'll send you a single daily email alert summary that looks like this. Now, what this will do for you, Sylvain, is this will help you be more proactive on your accounts receivables. If there's any significant change in risk, such as a dropping in the credit score, they're paying other companies like yours more slowly, there's any bankruptcies or other court filings, any relevant news alerts, you'll get all of those alerts in one single daily email alert summary. Just takes a few minutes a day to read. If you want to do some further investigating, you just click this view tab. It'll take you back to the online dashboard, and you can pull a report if you so desire. But this basically helps you stay on top of all of your customers. You don't have to constantly log into the online dashboard. It's just a daily email, and just like you get your other daily email alerts to keep you updated and proactive on top of your accounts receivables. And this is part of the free service as well. And on a monthly basis, you're going to get what's called our CFO report that looks like this. Now, what this will do for you and your team, Sylvain, is this will help you have an executive level view of key metrics in your accounts receivables. So in this section here, you obviously have your aging buckets, your aging details. In this section here is the risk exposure or risk distribution of your customer base. It's stacked ranked according to level of risk and credit score.
Okay.
This section is your portfolio risk profile. What we do here is we put your customers into color-coded boxes, color-coded like a traffic signal for ease of reference. Numbers 1 through 3 are your higher risk customers. Numbers 4 through 6 are your lower risk customers. Key trends over time are displayed in this graph here. In this section is your top 10 account balances and summary of alerts. On the second page of the CFO report is your highest risk accounts. These are your problem children. These are the customers in your portfolio that are on a high risk of default and decline. You might want to keep a watchful eye on these customers here. And on the last page of the CFO report is your high collectability accounts. This is what I like to call your low-hanging fruit. These are the customers in your portfolio that are paying other companies in your industry faster than they're paying you. So you can basically use this page as a reference in your collections efforts to help reduce the DSO, or days of sales outstanding, on some of these balances. So basically, you can get paid faster on these customers here. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that's making very good.
Yep.
Uh,
And this is exclusive to Cortera. Only Cortera has this type of information. And this is all part of the free service, as I mentioned, in exchange for that AR file contribution on a monthly basis. Now, okay, it's all well and good. These are all the free things that you get, the freebies. Now, of course, where does the costs come into play? The only area where the costs come into play is when you extract the data in the form of either a credit report or a boost or a batch append. So to pull a credit report on either an existing customer, all you have to do is click this buy tab on the dashboard, and it'll give you the options for the credit reports. They range anywhere from $2.50 for a single page flash report, all the way to $6 for a multiple page deep dive report. And we've also incorporated the deep dive report with an instant credit decision. And this can be based on a credit scorecard that you can customize to meet your own specific criteria, or you can just use our default scorecard, which has
okay.
benchmark, benchmark criteria. Another way you can pull a credit report is if you do a search in our database. You can search for a company by just typing the name of the company at the very top of the search bar. City and state are usually the only other key data elements that we need in a database as large as ours. We're going to use Cargill as an example here because Cargill's one of the largest privately held companies in North America, and they're also a member of our trade data network and gave us permission to use their report. So I'm going to click on Cargill's corporate headquarters here. I'm going to click Buy Report. As you can see, once again, $2.50 for a single page flash report, $6 for the multiple page deep dive report. I'm going to pull the deep dive report with an instant credit decision for $6. I'm going to click Buy Report. While that report is being generated, you're going to get an instant approved, pending, or denied decision window pop up here. It'll show you the scorecard details with the variables we pulled directly from the credit report, and a recommended aggressive or conservative credit limit based on a percentage of this company's highest balance. See how that
Okay.
works here?
Yep.
Right? So this is how you can make your credit decisions with credit limits. And I'll show you the credit report and what's on the credit report. Let me just move this out of the way here. There we go. Okay. So here is the deep dive report on Cargill. So as you can see, this is the first page. This is what costs only $2.50. It has all of the vital information at a glance. Who is the ultimate parent, or who owns this corporation and where they're located? Our link ID, which is our unique identification system. Risk behavior scorecard with our Cortera score. This is our credit score. Now, this credit score is kind of modeled after a consumer FICO score, except it's a 100 to 900 scale, 100 being the worst, 900 being the best, on whether there's a severe risk of payment delinquency in the next 12 months. So you see here, Cargill is an 880 out of 900. So it's an excellent score. There's a very low risk of payment delinquency in the next 12 months. See how that works?
Yes. Basically, it works a bit like a customer report.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Consumer credit reporting.
Exactly. Except this is for a business organization.
Yep. Okay.
The next score is our payment rating score, our CPR score. This looks back over the last 3 months on how this company has been paying their vendors and suppliers. Once again, it's a 100 to 900 scale, 100 being the worst, 900 being the best. So you see Cargill is a 682 out of 900. So that's about average. And they have a 6 days past due balance on average. So that's a good score. Payment risk segment. That's that color-coded chart I showed you earlier on the CFO report. It's numbered 1 through 6, depending on level of risk. Color-coded red to green, like a traffic signal for ease of reference. So let's pull this report up here again. So you see here they are a 5 out of 6, color-coded green. So this company has been consistently lower payment risk over the last 3 to 6 months. Industry benchmark. This shows you basically how this company is paying relative to others within their same industry. So you see Cargill is paying relatively faster than others in their industry, about 5.7 days beyond terms versus an industry average of almost 8 days beyond terms. So they're paying faster. Spending growth index. This gives you an indication as a percentage on how this company is spending their money. Are they on a growth trajectory? Are they stagnant, or are they declining in their spend? And this is all represented under this section here under buying behavior. So what we do here, Sylvain, is we take all of the total known spend being reported on Cargill and we total it out. Looks like it's over $1.4 billion in the last 12 months. And we separate this spend into 3 major categories: materials, operations, and shipping. Now, why do these 3 categories matter the most in a credit report? Well, they give you a macro view, a large scale view of how this company is doing and whether they're at credit risk or not, based on how they're spending their dollars. Now, this is exclusive to Cortera as well, and no one has this more robust spend and trend information than Cortera because of the number of companies that are reporting their trade data to us. So if you take an example like Toys R Us, remember Toys R Us, the retailer that filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy a while ago, and it caught a bunch of people by surprise? Well, the reason why Toys R Us was a surprise is, it's a nationally known, or even worldwide known company. They've done millions, if not billions of dollars in revenue. And they just one day filed bankruptcy and went out of business just like that. But Cortera knew ahead of time that Toys R Us was going to file bankruptcy because of our spend and trend information that was exclusive to us. If you look at the Toys R Us's credit reports in the months prior to the bankruptcy, their operation spend was relatively unchanged, but their material and shipping spend relative to operations were on a rapid decline. So those were red flag indicators only to Cortera members that Toys R Us wasn't purchasing more materials or products, and they weren't shipping those products to customers, so they weren't generating any additional revenue, and they were burning through cash in operations. So those were red flag indicators to members of the Cortera network on the alerts and on the reports that Toys R Us had a high risk of default and delinquency in payment. So they were able to take proactive measures to mitigate that risk ahead of time, whereas other companies that had no idea this was going on were more reactive in their response and had to deal with the closure of stores, the Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and trying to collect on those outstanding balances. So do you see how this buying behavior helps you make more insightful credit decisions?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's exclusive to Cortera because, like I said, it's a give to get model. All the companies that are using our reports and getting our alerts are contributing their data in exchange, which in return makes these credit reports more robust and accurate to provide you with more value. And that's all based on this number here, 332 companies reporting. So what that means here, Sylvain, is we have 332 unique business locations that are members of the Cortera network that are reporting on their payment experiences with Cargill. So just to put it into perspective, if Cargill was a customer of yours, of Hypertech, and Hypertech was a reporting member of the Cortera credit network, you would appear in this credit report as number 333. See how that works here?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm pointing this out to you is rest assured, when you share data with Cortera, your data is anonymized. Nobody knows who you are or who your direct customers are. All you appear in the credit report is a number under a company reporting, and then we aggregate your balance and aging under an industry verticalization. So that's how your data is used in the credit report, and that is how it is enhances the value of the service that we provide. And that's evident as you dive deeper into the credit report. As you can see, there's payment rating and trends over time. family payment experience summary, and payment aging details. These are across all contributing members of the Cortera network. And then we get more granular with payment behavior by industry segmentation. Once again, this is exclusive only to Cortera members. We break down the spend by industry segments. Here's the materials payment behavior breakdown, as you can see. Here is the operations payment behavior by industry segmentation. Now, you guys are information technology company, correct?
Yeah, but it's information technology, and also we have one of our division that says hardware.
Mhm.
So we have we have computer, laptop,
Okay.
server.
Okay.
We
So then
also provide some license. So
Mhm.
that's why I put information technology. That's
Okay.
a bit everything that we're doing.
Okay. So then you guys would follow under either hardware or information technology under the operations segmentation. So as you can see under information technology, we have 4 providers in our network reporting on this company. Here's the average balance. Here's the average DBT, highest balance, and then the aging as follows. So that's how your information would appear in the credit report. And that's how you can put it into perspective and how you get paid by this company.
Okay.
Shipping payment behavior breakdown, other payment behavior breakdown, and then how does your industry get paid by this company? And once again, it breaks it down by industry segments. So you can get an idea, an overall view of how you're going to get paid relative to others in your same industry. So that's basically the key points on the credit report. As you go further in, there's some other spend and trend insights going into more detail with the operations. Here's the information technology sector. And then, of course, shipping spend insights, other purchases. We have community payment ratings, growth queues, recent headlines. These are all clickable links. Corporate demographics, lists of executives. Competitor information. These are all lookalikes to Cargill. We have the corporate structure, all the companies and subsidiaries within their corporate umbrella. We also have location intelligence on their various locations across North America. Corporation filings come standard. UCC filings, that's also included in the deep dive. Bankruptcies and court filings, if there was any. We get into the reasons for the credit score.
Okay.
Other scoring mechanisms, adapt risk of default score, motor carrier and insurance policy information, SEC filings, fleet information, and then rounding out the credit report, you're going to get pension plan information. And then on the bottom is liquor licenses, paycheck protection program, or government contracts, if any. So as you can see, it's a very in-depth report. It gives you a lot of information on where this company has been, where they're presently at, and where they're headed in the future, as well as some unique spend and trend insights that are exclusive only to you as a Cortera member.
That's the in-depth report. What the flash report look like?
The first page. This
The
page.
first page. Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, no problem.
$2.50 for that first page, $6 for this multiple page deep dive report. So
Okay.
and those are on a pay-as-you-go basis. So you only pay for what you use. If you only pull one credit report a month, that's all you pay for. There's no minimums. There's no hard contracts. You're entitled to use as much or as little as you want. And everything else that I showed you is free of cost for that AR
Okay.
file contribution. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Any questions?
So it's a pay-as-you-go. You don't have any package for, let's say we take 1,000 a year or decide to take 2,000 a year. You don't have a package like that. It's only a pay-as-you-go.
Well, We can negotiate a package for high use customers. Like if you intend on pulling 1,000 or 2,000 a year, that can a better price can be negotiated for large use like that. But that's not my department.
Okay.
My department is to get you to join the network as a free member, and then you'll be assigned a dedicated client success manager that will be able to help you with the pricing on the credit reports or any of the premium optional services that we offer, such as our boost or batch append service or an API connection or anything like that. They'll assist you with those premium services. I'm just here to get you to join as a free member.
No problem. Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, so do you see value in using this service? Obviously.
Yeah, obviously there's a big value because like I said, right now we have no credit reporting.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it's for my department credit, it's like all we have is internet. So it's not right now we're not adding any value to the company
Uh-huh.
because we cannot give any insight or any real credit decision.
Yeah. So
So for sure.
what are you guys using right now to make your credit decisions?
Insurance, credit insurance, everything goes by the credit insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So if the credit insurance denied, then it's prepayment.
Oh, I see. So
So
you don't want
basically, and like I said, I'm in that company since November.
to.
Basically, credit insurance insure their own risk. They don't insure our risk.
Yeah.
So we might lose business because we
Yep.
denied credit because the insurance feel like it's not worth. But in our industry, we have also companies that not in operation since a long time because it's only been a year or a year and a half,
Mhm.
and our insurance will deny it right away.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to turn
So
around. You don't want to turn away business because your insurance provider is very biased.
exactly.
Yeah.
So right now we're trying to turn around that to get away from the insurance and be able to take our own credit risk decision.
Mhm.
And without any credit reporting, I cannot do that right now. So I have nothing, internet. Anyone with $50 and 15 minutes can have a website.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You don't want to take
So
that risk, especially with today's economic climate. Companies laying
exactly.
off, companies closing down. You don't know who you're doing business with, and yeah, you want to be protected. So, okay. So, with that being said, I just went ahead and emailed you the order form. It's just a page of information that needs to be filled out, but I sent this to you in a separate email via DocuSign. If you obviously, as you can see here, it states that the monitoring of unlimited customers and the alerts is free. And the only thing you pay for is the credit reports on a pay as you go basis based on the prices on the website. And then the
Okay.
optional boost premium service is another optional service that can be negotiated with the client success manager after you sign up. It's all stated here in plain layman's terms. Uh, did you receive this DocuSign, Sylvain?
Let me go back to my email. Yeah, I did receive it.
Okay, great. So if you could kindly fill this out and complete it, I can go ahead and issue you a username and password. You can begin immediately accessing the reporting capabilities of the platform. As soon as you send us over your customer aging file, which would look like this, all you have to do is identify the aging buckets and then provide us with the company name and addresses to match your customers. We will be able to provide the free monitoring and the alerts on those customers. So you want to have that extra coverage at no cost immediately. So um, if you can kindly fill this out and send it back to me, how soon do you think you can take care of this?
Okay, no problem. I need to discuss that with the controller, obviously, before I can share our company data.
Mhm.
But I'm going to talk with her probably this afternoon or tomorrow, but I'm going to return that form to you as soon as I can.
Okay, so this afternoon or tomorrow, you're going to talk to the controller.
Yeah, I need to have, for sure, I need to have approval before I can share any customer name or any customer file.
Mhm.
But for sure, I will recommend that we accept it,
Okay.
at least for what's free right now. So
Right.
for us, that's already going to be a plus.
Excellent. Good. Well, thank you for putting that vote of confidence into Cortera. And like I said, you become highly recommended by High Radius. So we're very compatible with that ERP system. And once you get the approval from your controller, all you have to do is complete this form electronically. And then as soon as I get it back, I'll issue you a username and password. You can access the platform, pull the reports if you'd like. But the key here is the free monitoring and the alerts. So I'll need that customer aging file from you at your earliest convenience. But like I said, it's all in your time frame. So if you could
Yeah, sure.
possibly get this order form in by before the end of business tomorrow, that would be appreciated. And as an extra bonus, if you can get this in for me before the end of day tomorrow, I'll throw in 10 free credit reports. So I'll give you your first 10 credit reports for free if you sign up before the end of tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Sound good.
Okay, excellent.
Like I said, let me have a discussion with my higher management and I will get back to you.
Okay, great. And did you have any other questions in the meantime? Anything else you needed to see before we go?
Nope, not right now.
Okay.
If I don't negotiate anything and I took 1,000 report, it's $6,000 a year.
Yep.
Basically. Okay. So that's way less than any of the other one.
For sure.
Way less.
Absolutely. And you see the value. It's much more easy to use, user friendly. Everything is very well designed and easy to understand, and the credit reports and everything as well.
Can you email me that copy of the report so I can show it to my controller? If I can have a copy of it so I can show her what it looked like?
Absolutely. I will send you a copy of the dashboard. I'll send you a copy of the email alert, the CFO report. I'll send you a copy of the credit report, the data exchange guide, and a copy of the order form as well. Sound good?
Okay, please. Sounds good. Yeah.
I'll send it to you as soon as we hang up. And so thank you again, Sylvain, for reaching out to Cortera and for booking time with me and speaking with me. It was a pleasure. And I certainly look forward to welcoming you and your team at Hypertech to the Cortera network soon.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Chris. I appreciate it.
Anytime, anytime. You're very welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.